They do now have the double global, though, of the Realm Warp and the Grand Starfall. So Pantheon Rise, we've seen find a lot of success. T1 especially have been very, very good with making this work. Faker and Owner are really expert at it.
Despite Andal using his flash there, and they read the play well. When Namgung went in, they were like, I'm not going to be confused by this. I'm actually going to realize that, in fact, the Rise is coming, and UCAL probably did communicate that to them as well. And they handled it very, very well, and it should lead to first Dragon.
Unless, oh, okay, Gideon not able to get over the wall, decided not to flash in, which is what he would have had to do, unless someone got in range. As Teddy is possibly in an uncomfortable spot, as Roma's getting on down here, and we're going to get thrown away as Teddy able to Valkyrie himself to safety. The slows do come through, and the anchor goes entirely wide, but it's 2 kills for Gio immediately, and Willa has the Crescent Guard. Roma nowhere to go, and it's doubles upon doubles here for DRX. And some top laners fighting in the top lane, but man, that was pretty red side favored.
The team just kind of sent it, and once you're that deep in, you can't really, you have to fight your way out, right? So they did not win that fight.
No.
The tools that DRX have in a skirmish, Bro kind of misreading, I think, their power level at that moment.
And now we've got a cull that's going to cash in here for Gio as well. One very cool thing that you can see towards the top of your screen is quest completion timers, kind of. All-ins or anything like that, so it's not really end of the world.
It's
anyway,
just, I mean, the bottom side of the map's where it's really at, right? Like, you know, the top side, great advantage for casting and all that. DRX like, cool, we're going to take another objective here as we keep having that bottom side prio.
Oh. Hook going to come on through, but now we've got the Unbreakable Will for Namgung. We'll see when he actually decides to press that button as he's going down very, very low. Andil now looking for the angle as in comes Gideon. Namgung is just dead, though. That's another kill over to Gio, and now the Shockwave has to be flashed, but the flash hook from Andil comes in, and UCAL will be able to lock him down. The first kill for the Orianna as casting. Was he interrupted? He was.
Yeah,
Rich manages to get the ult off. Beautifully done.
But that's kind of on casting, probably, right? Like, when you're channeling that, it's pretty tough for the ambassador to not interrupt you.
He's doing a lot of damage here from UCAL at the same time with his torch already built up. Roma's removing over, but let's see whether he can actually get anything done as the Grand Starfall does get Gideon in there. That's going to be the steal away, though, as it went down to about 1 health. Shockwave is going to connect as Gideon's going so low, but the Aegis does a fair bit of work, but there's a public execution as Teddy will be taken down. Now Rich's turn to get involved as DRX wipe out 3, and the rest of the bros just have to realm warp themselves to safety.
With the Yunara, and now, like, even Rich is ahead.
Yeah, you say that, Wolf, but if there's one thing I know about the bros, is that it ain't Brova while I'm breathing. Okay?
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, maybe that's true, I suppose. Some have said that.
It might still end up in a loss. However, Nexus is alive, so we cannot count them out just yet. As Rich, even winning his top lane matchup now.
Bolt's coming back.
Yeah, let's see whether casting can make something happen here as the public execution does nothing. The equalizer does less. And if an R button is pressed in the top lane, you must also press your R button. These are the rules, and they obey.
I guess he just thought Rich wasn't going to miss. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he definitely missed, and then he thought about it for a second, and then threw his ultimate.
It was very weird. It's like he just kind of reacted there or something. I don't... But either way, nobody dies except this turret, but he's not really alive, is he? I mean, we had this debate once. I'm not going to get into it again. But
yeah, we should not do that. As Rich,
okay, right? He's got flash.
He's going to flash out of the way of the flash pole.
That's certainly true. Now there's scaling as well.
Oh, true.
Romer.
All right, Romer is going to try and put Rich in prison, but he may publicly execute him in 1 second's time.
Rich
Namgung's making his way down. Yeah, Rich this time, I think, will get pulverized to death as they're looking to double their amount of kills. Public execution is going to be used for fun here as Rich will be taken out. Overloading here on the bottom side of the map as the bros.
Doesn't have TP. Like, I think they should be able to get out just fine as long as they don't greed super hard here. If they greed a little bit more, they're all dead.
Well, we'll just have to see because, of course, with Rich dead and no teleport, then it should be a man advantage here for the bros. And so they are just going to be able to wander their way out. And everyone is going to be safe. All 5 members here towards this bottom side. Decent way to find something is Namgung looking for an angle. They do look to turn it. There's a Grand Starfall as UCAL is going to be the target here for Gideon, but he's down so low. Equalizer is great here from casting, but the Shockwave's even better. And down goes the Pantheon. Teddy having to get out of the way of Willa now. Wind becomes lightning, goes white, but Andil always finds the hooks, and he himself, but take down all of the bros. That's going to be the ace, and DRX, they woke up on the right side of the bed this morning.
Teddy is hitting a Xin Zhao that's also hitting him, and so there isn't really a whole lot in this one. Let's see what happened to Gideon in the
Gideon
replay.
has exited the video game for the next 30 seconds. That's what just happened.
I was promised I could farm later. They said I could farm later. They didn't let me farm for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, later is game 2. He will be able to farm then. All right, there's Pulverize onto Jiu. That would have been great 20 minutes ago. Unfortunately, it is not that case.
And this is certainly feeling like a kind of gap everywhere outside of the laning phase for casting. You know, bro just are getting outclassed in every position, and the team coordination, coach comms without DRX look great in this game. The coordination is just much better. They've been able to basically just absorb all of the pressure from Bro, who played this scaling comp like it was an early game comp and found out that it's not.
Well, Rich looking for a little bit of an angle here to publicly execute Roma, as Andel's just going to get a flash with that hook. Gideon down to 50% as Namgung just cannot make it towards his teammate. Shockwave connects onto Roma. That's the priority target they're looking for, as Rich is able to help take him down. And now Carson going to avoid that hook very nicely, but there's the Arc of Ruin, and they will all disintegrate under this inner turret. Jiu happily tanks that one up, has a big old shield as well, and it is only Teddy left standing.
He keeps doing that in these fights. I'm out of here. Sorry, I can't join.
Namgung did that thing where he walked into the jungle now, so the cow is dead. And Willett looking for an angle towards Teddy. He can audaciously charge towards him if he wants to, but decides instead he's going to hit a minion with that button. Doesn't want to go underneath the enemy turret.
And Namgung's defense, he is playing Alistair 15,000 gold behind with no ultimate and no aftershock, and he has a Zeke's. You know, he's just,
I mean,
he's
right
not
now
really playing the game.
We shouldn't really be assessing Bro's play at this stage. They're going to get publicly executed. Both of the carries just eviscerated here by Rich, who gets a big old shield to keep him alive. Casting now down to 50%, but there's the hook onto Gideon, as Namgung does get a headbutt back onto Rich, but he's happily able to dash his way out. I say happily, I mean he limped. But still, it's a triple kill here for Yukao on this Orianna. Can he get a penta? That's the question, as the bottom lane's still up here for the Bros. I think enough time has passed, and DRX are just going to get down to business here and take down these Nexus turrets. My goodness, what an absolute statement game in game number 1, and what a time to do it here for DRX as well in the first game of the play-ins. It's looking very different from Super Week here as they take down the first Nexus of the series.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.